Hello guys, today we're looking at the Marvel SPDR Spider Build-A-Figure Wave Cloak figure. This figure comes included with the spider head, which I'll display right there. And aside from that, really only comes with one accessory, and that accessory is this removable cape. And underneath you can see that the cape is an entirely separate piece, which is nice, especially for one reason which I'll get to later on in the review. Aside from that though, here's your Cloak figure. Turn this cape around here. As you can see, not really much to Cloak, just a standard male buck body, maybe a little buffer on the side, and then the cloak and head is really what you're paying for here. I'm putting this back on now, if we can. Comes on quite easily, it's just hard to do over the camera. There we go. So now on to the actual figure. This figure really doesn't have much going for it. I mean, all Cloak does is just kind of stand there, look scary, fling his cape around. So it would have been nice to get a cloth cape, but realistically Hasbro would have botched it. With a cape as detailed as his, we won't ever get something as nice as this plastic one in cloth. Even though I'm a proponent for soft goods on most toys, I understand that when it's this detailed, when it has all these nice stripes and lines going through and the hood to match, you won't ever match that with cloth, which I understand. So the figure outside of the cape is very basic. You just have a really simple head sculpt here, which I'll pop off so you guys can hopefully see a little better here. As you can see here, very simple head sculpt. There's Cloak, it's got white painted eyes, and as you can, I don't know if you can quite tell in the video, but it's actually painted black on the back and then fades to the brown of his skin in the front. So that's a nice little touch they added to give it a little more shadow than natural lighting can possibly give. Then one other thing that I haven't seen everybody noticing is that the cape, including the hood, as well as the hands, are all cast in a slightly translucent plastic, which is a really nice touch, I think, because I really like being able to see this light. Here I'm putting my hand behind so you can see that, as you can tell, there's light coming through the back of the cape. And also, let's see if we can get this hand to show it all. The hand is slightly translucent. Same thing here. I'm going to put my finger behind. It gets darker as it's letting some light through it. The body features all the articulation you really come to expect. Ball jointed shoulders, swivel torso, ab crunch, ball jointed neck, swivel bicep, double jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, ball jointed waist, ball jointed hips, swivel thighs, double jointed knees, swivel on the boots as well, and then a rocker ankle. I would go through and show you all that, but it really can't be used with the bulky cape. But as I said before, I'm fine with the bulkiness of the cape as it has this really cool feature, which I will show you right now. As you can see, head's easily pop-offable, so you can take that off really easily. And the cape you can also take off. So here's your body again. And here again you can see that the entire thing, well, at least the arms are cast in slightly translucent plastic. You can definitely tell on the fingers. We'll put this aside though, and then we can clip the cape back in, and we can display them like this. And you may be wondering, well, why would I just want to display the cape? Because Hasbro did this for one particular reason. So you can have Dagger here coming out from his cape, which is a really neat touch. I mean, it doesn't look perfect here, and I'm sure if you had some displaying prowess, which I have none, you could make it look really cool. But it was a nice little touch, you know, having the plastic cape being able to stand on itself. You can have Dagger hide in there, or come out of the cape, and you can just keep the body aside. And it really works well as a display piece. Fell over there a little bit. But yeah, it's a really cool feature of the figure, and a really nice touch. And there's Dagger, of course. But yeah, you can just display him like this, make him look like the true shadow that he is, and whatnot. But really, this is what you're paying for. This is just the old same reused thing. You're not paying for that. You're paying for this beautiful cape, this beautiful paint, and the cape paint is really well done. I mean, it looks really clean. All these lines are super clean. Nothing out of the back, and as you can see on the back, it carries over. All the paint job is really well done. And again, you can see it's slightly translucent when I put my hand behind it. It's just a beautifully done figure. Yeah, it's extremely nice. I think Cloak will be one of the harder ones to find of the wave. I know he's still expensive. I don't think he'll be the hardest to find, but especially since with the TV show, I'm sure there'll be some people buying him. But yeah, a really great figure, and overall, I know this figure only comes with one accessory, and I dinged Dagger for only coming with one accessory, but his accessory is definitely worth it being a one accessory thing. And because of that, I'm going to give Cloak a 9 out of 10. I would give, the only points I'm digging him for is really the lack of accessories. I don't know really what they'd give him, maybe some shadow effects, but it's not a perfect figure. As you can see, the cape kind of doesn't drape to the ground there. There's some warping to it. You can display the hands out, and they could have done a little bit more to the body, but all those are super small things I'm just mentioning to try to verify my 9, well, not verify, to add some base to my 9 out of 10 score that I've given him. Overall, Cloak is a great figure, and especially if you need the little head part that he comes with to complete your spider, definitely pick him up. I'd recommend buying him if you see him, or if he's still available online at all. I don't know where pre-orders you go to, but I believe he sold out on Hasbro Toy Shop. I didn't see any huge errors between the two figures I got, like I did for Dagger, so I think he's a pretty consistently nice figure, and I would recommend to everyone. Thanks for watching.